All right, guys, if you can hear the sound of my voice from outer space, give me a thumbs up. All right, let me see. Great. All right. So we're going to talk about traffic safety today, and we're going to talk about how to be safe when we ride our bikes, when we walk and ride a scooter. And here's the really good news for you. Are you ready? Thumbs up. Are you ready for the good news? The good news that every single one of you has a chance to win, to enter into a contest to win a bicycle, a helmet, and a backpack. All you have to do is listen to everything that I say, watch all the pictures, and at the end, I'm going to tell you where to go get the quiz. You fill out the quiz, send the quiz to me, and I will choose a lucky winner out of all of the quizzes we get, and that person's going to get a bicycle, a helmet, and a backpack. And you are going to be able to tell me what color you want, what kind of bike you want, and you can also think about, you could give a bike to your mom or dad, or your little sister, or you can get a bike for yourself. So it's your decision, but make sure you listen to everything that we talk about, and so you know how to fill out that quiz and return it to me. All right, thumbs up if you're ready to go. Oh, I love that. All right. First thing we're gonna talk about, if I can get my thing to here work, here we go. All right, before we get started, take a screenshot or of any of these slides, or of this slide or any other slide, to make sure that you know that I know that you watched the webinar. So if you have your phone or on your computer, take a screenshot of this, and so I know that you had a chance to send that to me when you submit the quiz. So I want to make sure everyone watched the quiz, because we had a lot of people go on and get the quiz without watching the webinar, and only the people that watch the webinar have a chance to get to win the bicycle. So I'll give everyone a second to do that before we go on. Back here. All right. And you can take a picture of any of the slides. I'll know that you watched it because you'll have a picture of it. All right, I'm going to wait for somebody ran off to get their phone. They're coming back. There they are. Perfect. All right. Gosh, you know, you have a really good chance. One of you has a really good chance to win this bicycle. Raise your thumbs up if you have a bicycle at home. Wow, so now you have a chance to get a brand new bike. All right. All right, you guys ready to go? Thumbs up if you're ready to go. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna show you a bunch of slides, and I'm gonna talk about everything that's on the slide. And if you're gonna have a question, you can send me an email, and I will answer that question for you. All right, first slide is, oh gosh, hold on one second, guys. What is a pedestrian? That's a really fancy word for somebody who walks. Okay, a pedestrian is someone who walks, uses the sidewalk, who walks on the walk path, who walks on a trail. If they live in a neighborhood without sidewalks, it's people who are walking the street. That is what a pedestrian is, and we are all pedestrians. It doesn't even matter if you walk to school. If you walk from your car to the store, you are a pedestrian. All right, so if you've ever walked anywhere, you're a pedestrian. Even the people who walked on the moon, they are a pedestrian. So we're all pedestrians. And the picture I show you at the very top of the page is that we walk together. Looks like a whole family going to school together. We have adults who walk together. Anybody notice that he has his cell phone in his hands? And then here's your typical picture of somebody walking to school. It looks to be maybe a 5th grader walking to school, coming close to a driveway, getting ready to cross that driveway. Now, sharing the sidewalk with others. Thumbs up if you've ever seen anybody walking their dog on the sidewalk every single day, and you're sharing the sidewalk, and they are a pedestrian. Even if they were walking their dogs, they're a pedestrian. And if you're walking one dog, it can be really confusing to you because you don't know which way is the dog going to go. So try to give the dog some space, walk around the dog. And not everybody has a friendly dog, so don't reach out and touch a dog that you don't know. If you're walking and you see somebody walking 5 dogs down the sidewalk, I would step and get out of the way and let them walk by before you continue, because you're going to get tangled up on those leashes. Now, there are some other pets out there. Someone's walking their chicken, that could be problematic. Someone's walking their cat, problematic because cats don't really walk in a straight line. And so be careful when you're walking around people walking with pets. Also people who are pushing babies in strollers too. You want to be careful of anyone you're sharing the sidewalk and be really, really respectful of people. Some of us live in communities where mom and dad are walking with you, which is a really great way to enjoy everyone's company. But in some communities, you have a lot of older adults who are walking, who aren't as steady on their feet as a lot of you are. So make sure when you're walking around older adults that you're careful. Don't walk up and spook them. Just say, excuse me, when you're walking through a crowd of people are going to pass somebody. All right. Now, typically, people are walking to school, nice, easy, friendly way, having a good time. They're walking in a nice sidewalk. But people around the world have really weird places they have to cross and walk to get to school. Here are some people walking to school over a frozen river, probably in the Himalayas. It looks like just chunks of ice everywhere, and they're crawling over it to get to school. Here's some people crossing a bridge over a river. I wouldn't want to fall into that river. But they're walking to school. They got their backpacks, and they are balancing across a river to get to school. Here's kids zip-lining to school, and that wouldn't be too bad, but look how far down it is from that river to the zip line. That's pretty scary. Here's some kids walking across a beautiful bridge. It looks like it's made out of roots from trees and tree branches. So they're walking to school. You notice they're wearing uniforms. And here's a kid getting a ride on a donkey. And here's one of my favorite pictures, kids walking along a cliff to get to school. You can see they have their backpacks on. Here's some more kids walking across, a mom and a daughter walking across a snowy bridge. It looks so scary because one wrong step, you're gonna be sliding off that bridge. You've got kids walking along a cliff. There's like nowhere for them to go, but this is the way to get to school every single day. Now look at those girls walking across that board. Now look at their faces. You can tell that it is really far up, that walking across that skinny board to get to school. They're wearing school uniforms, as you can see, and just think about how much school means to them, that they would risk their life going to and from school. But you know what? You guys risk your life too, because it is a scary commute out there with all the cars. So City of Fremont is doing everything they can, along with the school district, Fremont School District, to make sure that you stay safe when you are walking and biking to school. And hopefully you're going to be back into school in the fall. Thumbs up if you want to go back to school. Oh, I love to see that. All right. Now, this is what it looks like in front of schools sometimes. Crazy. Cars are everywhere. People are just getting their kids and getting in the car. Kids are walking in between cars. So it's crazy time sometimes at schools. So what we need to know is where it is. Is it safe to walk? Safe to walk on the sidewalks, the pathways, and other walkways, trails. It's safe to walk. You want to avoid walking in the street, cutting through an alleyway, or going through parking lots. Stay on the sidewalk. These are great pictures of nice sidewalks. Not every community has sidewalks like this. Some of them are cracked. Some of them have trash on them. You just got to have a heads up when you're walking on the sidewalk. Now, I want you to look at the sidewalk where the purple bushes are. You think you can see down that driveway, but there's a driveway right behind that purple bush. And if you were walking on the sidewalk and you weren't paying attention, a car could be backing out of that driveway. So make sure you pay attention whether you're walking on the sidewalk, path, the walk path in the park, wherever you're walking, heads up all the time. All right, here's some other sidewalks. Take a look at the mural. That's actually a mural painted on the sidewalk, a walkway. And look, you're not going to fall through that, but everyone is like, oh my gosh. Thumbs up if you would walk across that. Nobody would. Even it's an optical illusion. It is still pretty scary, but sidewalks can be dangerous. That's right. Thumbs down on that one. Now the sidewalk on the other side is a sidewalk in the city. And on the city sidewalk, there's rain grates, can be slippery when there's wet. You're going to share the sidewalk with people shopping. But this is a typical sidewalk in the city, downtown Fremont, that you just need to pay attention to when you're walking. Now, crossing the street. You're on the sidewalk, you come to the corner, you need to cross the street. The picture with the yellow lines over there is your typical intersection. 4 streets, 4 intersections. Cars are everywhere. Now, I call this intersection a ladder intersection. You kind of tell it's a ladder intersection because the little yellow lines look like the ring of a ladder. And you're walking across the ladder crosswalk. The crosswalk with the truck in it is also a ladder crosswalk, but it's white. And it's a little bigger, and hopefully crosswalks are designed so people can see the crosswalk, they stay in the crosswalk, and the cars are aware of you when you're crossing in the crosswalk. Here's some scenes of kids getting ready to cross the street. That girl has a very, very huge street to cross, so she's really paying attention. If she is under 10 years old, she should be with a parent because it looks like a very, very busy street. Now look over her head across the street, you're gonna see the traffic light. Now, how many of you think that signal right now is telling you to go ahead and cross? Thumbs up if you think it's safe to cross. Thumbs up if you think it's unsafe to cross. It is unsafe to cross because she has the red flashing hand and she's waiting in place. But when that little man comes up and the light is green, she has still got to watch for those cars when she crosses the street. But I really think she should be with somebody. Now, the picture of the girl crossing with her little sister, they're doing everything right, except one thing. They should be watching that car. Never take your eyes off those cars. Even if you're in the crosswalk and you have a green light and the little walkman, you still need to watch those cars. Never take your eyes off those cars. All right, here's some more pictures. Try to walk with an adult if you can. Pay attention if you're walking with other kids. Stay in a group if you can. But if you're walking with a group or an adult, you're going to be safer, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to look. So always try to stay visible, and the more people you're with, the more easily cars can see you. Now, take a look at these kids crossing the street right here. They've gotten off the school bus. School bus is put out at stop sign, and those kids are stopping and walking across the street when it's safe. But they should keep their eyes on the cars no matter what. Here's some people crossing the crosswalk. It's such a great way to spend time with your mom and dad, just walking to school together. Now, you see the man in the green shirt, he's pressing the button with his finger. If you were pressing that button during the coronavirus time, he would be touching something that's not really safe. You can push the button with your elbow or with a glove or with a piece of material, but do not push the buttons with your fingers. Try to keep your hands off the poles during this time. And Dad's getting ready to cross a crosswalk with his kids. Now, thumbs up if you've ever ridden a bicycle or a scooter. Thumbs up. How many of you ride bikes and scooters? All right, good job. Here's some pictures of kids riding scooters. Notice all the scooter riders have helmets on. It is against the law to ride your bicycle without a helmet on. We all know that riding bicycles with a helmet, that's the law, but anyone under the age of 18 must wear a helmet when they're riding a scooter, skateboard, or bicycle, and your rollerblades. Anytime you're rolling, you need to wear a helmet, all right? So that's really, really important. Now, a safe places to ride scooters and bicycles in the bike lane, really important. These are people enjoying, someone's riding their bike along the beach, or you can ride them in the bike lane. See everyone riding in a crowd together. So you always want to ride your bicycle in the same direction that the cars are going in. You always ride closest to the curb. And if you are a bike rider that you live in a neighborhood where there's too many cars on the street and you talk to mom and dad, maybe riding your bike on the sidewalk is an option for you. But when you ride your bike on the sidewalk, you have to look out for pedestrians. You have to look out for people walking their dogs. You have to look out for cracks and rocks and sand. And you have to watch the driveways. And when you come to the end of the sidewalk, you need to make sure that you stop and walk your bike across the sidewalk. So there's a lot of responsibility for riding your bike on the sidewalk, as much as it is riding your bike on the street. So paying attention and choosing the right place to ride is important. Scooter riders can ride on bike paths and bike lanes. If you're young, you can ride your scooter on the sidewalk, but if you or someone in your family rides a motorized scooter, they belong on the street. So you make sure you know where it is safe to ride your bike, and that's always the bike lane, the bike paths, and sidewalk. So heads up and make the right choice in where you want to ride. Scooter riders, all right. Sidewalks are the areas where pedestrians can walk. You can ride regular scooters on a sidewalk, but not e-scooters, which means the ones with the motors. They do not belong on the sidewalk. And we kind of figure out why, because they go so fast. So stay on the sidewalk with your scooter. All right, safety tips to remember. Helmet use. Always wear a helmet when you're riding a bike, scooter, skates, or skateboard. Even if you're out doing stunts, you want to make sure you have that helmet on the right way. All right, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And here's your helmet. Here's the helmet check. 3 things you have to do. 2 fingers right above your forehead. Your helmet should be right there. Not 3 fingers, not all fingers, but just 2 fingers right there on your forehead tells you the perfect position for your helmet. Then you take your fingers and split them, put them by your ear, and that's where the straps go, because the straps keep your helmet on. And to make sure your helmet is just the perfect fit, take 2 fingers and stick it underneath your chin. And if you can fit 2 fingers in there nice and snugly, your helmet is on perfect. If you can't get any fingers in there, your helmet's on too tight, you're gonna choke. If you can put your whole hand in there, your helmet is too loose. So make sure you buckle your helmet up and stick your fingers in there. So make sure it's not too tight. Here's the thing: if Mom and Dad put your helmet on for you, put your chin up when they snap the buckle, so you don't get your skin caught in the buckle. That hurts. Any thumbs up? How many of you have ever gotten skin caught in your helmet? Nobody? Wow, I'm so impressed. All right, here you go. Here's another safety check. All right, 2 fingers above the eyebrows, 4 fingers, 1 on each side. And this picture says 1 finger, but I always put 2 fingers just to make sure it fits the right way. And let's go to the next slide here. Crossing the street safely with friends, parents, and crossing guards. Now, some schools have crossing guards and some don't. Crossing guards are the bravest people in the world. They stand out there with that little stop sign asking cars to stop. Also, some crosswalks have a sign in the middle that tells the cars, you have to wait for the pedestrian to cross the street. You can't go in front of them. You can't go around them. You simply have to wait. Now, do you see the crossing guard holding up her stop sign, and the bike riders are walking their bike across the street? That is the safest thing to do. When you're crossing in the crosswalk and you have a bike, you need to walk your bike across the street. Now, in the bottom picture, everybody's crossing in the crosswalk, but only one person is looking for the cars. Do you see the blonde boy there? He's looking for the cars. That's what you do. Even the crossing guard tells the cars to stop. Do not give up your power. Make sure you check for yourself that it is safe to cross. Here's some kids crossing. These are middle school kids crossing, and not one of them is watching for the cars. They're just stepping into the crosswalk and hoping that the drivers aren't talking on their phone. But you need to look, make sure those cars are stopped. Here's some other kids crossing, and look at the girl in the purple. She's actually turning her head to see if there's any cars coming before she steps in that crosswalk. And that's the kind of behavior you need to practice as well. Now, here's some more pictures. Now, the girls in the safety vest, look at the way they're looking at the car. Like, I'm watching you. Don't even think about moving because I have my eyes on you. So they're really practicing safe behavior. Here's Big Brother walking with his little brother across the street holding hands. Hopefully they've watched to make sure. And there's some animals crossing the street, and that doesn't happen every day. All right, traffic signs and signals. What are they? Now, the picture with all the signs, that shows you how confusing it is for drivers. There must be a million different signs in there telling drivers, do this, do that, don't do that, do this. It's all over the place. So you can imagine how confusing it is for drivers as well as bicyclists and pedestrians when they're trying to look to see what to do. Now, the blonde girl is my daughter, Nora. She's a volunteer at Safe Moves, and she used to help out educating kids on traffic safety. That's me in the traffic light costume. We take that out so kids can kind of take their picture with the traffic costume. And we had a great day that day doing traffic safety. And here are the different signs. You've got the red hand that makes it so clear to you, stop, do not go. And then some cities have the sign, don't walk. It means it. Don't walk, don't run across the street, don't even think about it, just wait. Now, some signs have a red hand and the 8. Does everybody see the 8 on the sign up there? That is usually flashing. It's flashing. And if you're in the middle of the crosswalk and that comes up and the hand starts to flash, and the number starts to go down, it's telling you you have 8 seconds to get across the street. Don't run, just keep walking. You're gonna make it, but make sure you keep going in the direction that you're going. Don't turn around and run back. Just keep going. But if that hand is flashing and you're on the sidewalk, do not step off the curb. Stay on the sidewalk until you see the little walkman, which there he is, the bottom of the page. I want everyone to step back and I want to see your body. Make your body look like that little man. Go ahead, I'm watching. Make your body look like the little man. Can anyone do it? There you go. Oh, perfect. Getting into position. All right, one hand in front, one hand in back. Perfect, I love it. All right, you did it, thank you. Oh, very good. All right, go ahead and take your seat. We're gonna go to the next one. All right, traffic lights. Oh my gosh, these are for the drivers only, but it doesn't mean that you don't watch the traffic light. Red, yellow, green. Their color's the same around the world. Red means stop, yellow means slow down, and green means go. But so many drivers will see that yellow light and they think, oh my gosh, the light's gonna turn red. I'm gonna step on the gas. And that girl riding her bike on the street, if that car decides, I'm just gonna go right through the yellow light, she would get hit by a car because she's trusting that the driver will wait and let the red light come on. But if they go through that intersection, she's gonna get hit by the car. So I'm hoping that didn't happen in this picture. Railroad crossings everywhere. Railroad gate goes down, the red lights turn on, the bell's ringing. You've got to wait. You stop, look, and listen, and let that train go by. And you can tell how fast that train's going. Sometimes drivers like to go around the crossing gate if they don't see the train coming. That is not safe. We all know that. I don't even have to talk about that. Everybody knows how unsafe that is. Stop signs. Stop signs are everywhere. And it's because they're everywhere, cars get in the habit of not paying attention to them. Some intersections have stop signs and the cars will look around, they don't see anybody, and they will drive right through the stop sign. Now, see that car down below? You can tell by the picture, he is speeding through the stop sign. And if someone were riding their bike on the sidewalk and went into the street thinking the car was gonna stop, they didn't. If you were walking thinking the car was gonna stop, they didn't. That's why even though the cars don't stop, we have to stop at the stop sign and wait until it's safe. Here's some school crossing signs. We know that you're going to school. The drivers are supposed to notice these signs so they know that kids are crossing here to go to school. So the two little symbols in the sign means they're walking and there's their books. So drivers need to pay attention to these. Sometimes the signs are really bright green, sometimes they're yellow, but all of them are designed to make sure they get the driver's attention. In neighborhoods, you'll see a sign that says, slow down, children are at play. So drivers know that at any minute, someone could chase their ball into the street. And when they're driving around schools and driving around neighborhoods, drivers have to slow down. It's the only choice they have to make when kids are at risk. And we need to know that sometimes they're not paying attention. So that's an important thing to remember. Push button. Push buttons control the traffic signal. You push the button, it tells the traffic light that you are waiting to cross. And if you read what it says, the little man says, start crossing, watch for vehicles. When the hand is flashing, don't start. But if you are in the middle and it starts to flash, you can finish crossing. And when the hand is solid red, don't cross. Now we're gonna talk about all the ways you can press that button. There you go. Germs can make us sick, so we want to be safe. Don't touch the push buttons with your bare hands. Ask for an adult for help, for them to use their elbow or their arm. And if you should forget and touch the push button with your hand, don't touch your face, your eyes, or your mouth. Make sure you wash your hands when you get back. So we have someone using their knee, the box to their Monopoly game, their dog's paw, and the corner of their purse. There's some people using the elbow to press the push button. There's somebody, he probably used his elbow to push the push button, and the dog used her paw to push the push button. Here's some funny signs that I found from all around the world. Beware of falling coconuts. No traffic signs. They felt it was important to say that. And beware of smartphone zombies. How many of you see people walking around with their phones in their face? Thumbs up. Everybody is walking around with their phones, not paying attention. I've actually seen a sign falling cows. I live in an area where there's mountains, and sometimes cows are up on the edge, and I often wondered if one's going to come tumbling down. The sign on the bottom, wherever that is, I don't want to be there. It looks like they have gigantic mosquitoes who take campers. So if you see that sign, keep moving. All right. These are the things, the mistake kids make. It's just choices that they make. Now, a boy running across the street, his ball goes into the street, he takes off after the ball. We know what's going to happen. Kids running across the street, the cars don't have time to stop. And ice cream trucks in your neighborhood. If you see an ice cream truck and you run across the street, there could be a car coming, and that is really dangerous to you. So make sure you do not chase a ball into the street, run across the street, and dart out to get ice cream. Go to the corner. Nothing's more important than you. So if a ball gets squished, let the ball get squished. Chances are the ball is just going to roll safely away. But heads up on all the chances you can make the wrong choice. Now, before you cross the intersection, stop, you look, and you listen. So important. You're looking for the cars. You're looking for cars turning, going straight. You're looking for pedestrians. You're looking for bike riders. You're looking for everything. And listen to traffic. You want to make sure that if you can hear a car coming, a siren coming, trains coming, people walking their dogs, keep your ears open and be aware of your surroundings at all times. I can't say it enough. Stop, look, and listen. If you can remember those words, you are going to be safer each and every time. Okay, now take a look. This is how it works. You take a screenshot of that link so you can get the quiz. All right, I'll give you a second to do that. You take the quiz. You can get mom and dad to help you. You can go online and find the answers if you want. You can call me on the phone and I will help you take the quiz. And I'm going to give you my phone number in a minute. Send in your quiz by June 1st. So do it today while all this information is fresh in your mind. We will choose the winner by June 8th. And what we'll do is when we get all the quizzes, we're going to put them in a basket and we're going to draw the winner out. And make sure your school name is on there. And we will choose a winner, and then I'll send you an email telling you who was the lucky winner of the bike. And you're going to get a chance to tell me what color you want, how tall you are, how big your head is so I get you the right size helmet. And then we will get you the bike. As soon as school's open, we'll deliver the bicycle to you at school. If you want the bike sooner, we'll try to do it, but right now we're scheduled to deliver them when school opens. It'll make it easier for your parents to come get it. So thumbs up if everyone's had a chance to take a screenshot. Thumbs up, we're all good, we're all good. Okay, now, how many of you are at least walking once a day? Thumbs up, or actually, tell me if you're walking one time a week. Thumbs up, walking outside for exercise. Tell me how many of you are walking at least once a day. Thumbs up. How many of you have been riding your bicycle during all this? All right, how about your scooters? All right, no riding bikes in the house or scooters in the house. All right, so I want you guys to have a great summer. I want you to be safe out there. Remind your parents that they need to be safe when they're driving because more kids are out walking and bicycling. And I hope to see you real soon at school this year. Take care of yourselves. And again, have a wonderful summer. And there's my email address down there. It's called safe.moves1@gmail.com. You can send me any questions you have. If you have trouble with the quiz, you can email that to me and I'll get right back to you. And if you want to call me, who has a pencil and you want to write my phone number down, I'll give it to you. Anybody want my phone number or you just want to email me? Thumbs up if you just email me and that works. All right, good job. All right, guys, go be safe. Make sure you stop and look and listen. And good luck to the lucky winner who's going to win the bike and the bike helmet and the backpack. All right, guys, stay well. What a cutie.